Okay, apologize, my camera decided to take a break there for a minute. So I've got that all fixed, and now I'm not going to go around each one of these little petals here. Like I said, you don't ever want to just outline everything. But there are some fairly dark areas that we want to be sure we get separated here. For example, we got this one. Now we want to go in and do these little areas in here and get that separated. So I'm using the golden ochre first. And this is fairly dark, quite a ways out. So you want to lay it in and soften the edge. Just be sure and give it enough water that it can blend out. And then we're going to pick up the burnt sienna. Bring your brush to a point, make sure it's not too wet. There we go. This corner in here is pretty dark. And then we're going to soften the edge away. And it actually comes right straight down here. Helps separate those. Soften that in a little bit. And this one too. Alright, I'm going to do that one with burnt sienna a little. Try to keep my hand out of what we've just done. This one actually has a green shadow added to it as well. But I want to get the golden ochre color in there first. See, I had enough water on there this time. The top one I didn't. And there is a light that's going right through the center, so that looks good. Now, as long as we've got that moist like that, let's drop in that shadow. It does come like right in this area. And you can see you still got your other colors coming through. Adding some more moisture in here. Place to go. Alright, we're back. I got everything nice and dry. Now we still need to do a little bit of shading here, and we need to separate out this petal quite a bit. So we're going to start with golden ochre first. It's pretty dark up in here, so and this is our light value first. I want to give it a place to go with the water. And then we're going to pick up our burnt sienna. And this is pretty much outlined right here, so we're just going to do the exact same thing as the photograph. But we're going to get this in first. And it is a fairly dark wide area here, so and then we'll do in our burnt sienna. And then soften that away as well. Now, since we can add in our green on that outside petal, we'll do that next, and then we'll have to dry it all. So we've got some green in here. And down in here. Wet on dry, so you lay it down, and wipe out your brush, and soften it away. Okay. I think we've got that dried enough. I can put the first layer of the green in here without making a big mess. And softening out that edge. Okay. Now this edge does need to stay dark on that side of it. Now I think we're going to go back to the pinks. We've been using, with the color we have on there right now, Opera Rose. But I think we're also going to add in, let's see what color this one is. Senla Red as well, to to just kind of deepen that pink a little bit. That's better. This is our second layer of reds on here. And now we're going to just soften in that edge. Soften in this edge. Then I lay it in and soften it out. A little bit more up here. A little bit more over here on both sides. And sometimes this will overlap on the burnt sienna spots as well, and that's okay. That's what it's supposed to do. Now we do need to get some more red in here. This is kind of a reddish area. Okay. Now this is pretty pink, but let's put a little bit more of the red in that one too. Okay, so we're good there. We do have a little bit of a red spot down here. Keep losing my red with the opera. Keep adding it back in. That's better. Soften it away. Get a little bit more red down here than what's there. So we'll just add that in. Kind of leave it there. It needs to be pretty dark. Put another layer of this green in here. It's pretty dark green. Picking up some of the water. And you can do that if you put down too much water. Just pick it, dry wipe your brush and pick it up. And I think this could be just a little bit darker down in here too. Not much. We do need to separate out that red a little bit better. Went over in the front of that with the red, so I just picked up a little bit of it. Softening that away, softening that away. Okay. Sometimes I think it needs just a real soft mark and then just kind of leave it. It just needs to pick up that color. Excuse me. Still trying to get over that cold I have. Softening. The line was just a little bit too harsh there, so I softened it away. Okay, now I'm going to do just a little bit of streaks. And this petal, and this petal is really the only three that need the streaks. So I'm going to push this the way I need it, so it comes towards me. And I'm going to soften the petal with the blending and glazing medium. There's not a lot of streaks in here, but I don't want them to be real harsh, so that's why the blending and glazing medium. And it's going to be the Opera Rose color, which is the lightest of the reds. So we do have one right over in here. And then you want to make sure you follow the outside line of that petal. In other words, the growth pattern of that petal. Now you see how soft that water made that? Probably too much water there, so I'm going to just lift that one up. Now, since I wiped that up, it should be dry enough. Yep. There's not a lot of lines in there, just enough to make it look soft. Turn it upside down so I can pull it towards me. This petal will be first. Again, I'm just going to soften it with water. Pick up the Opera Rose. Make sure I don't have a lot of water in my brush. See how nice and soft those are? They just kind of blend away. And that's pretty much all these are. Is just soft little streaks. Getting it wet again. And if you think they're just a little bit too dark, soften them away with your finger. Looks a little, put it right on the edge. And then soften it away. That way it kind of ties and hangs the whole picture together with all the colors. Okay, we're going to call this done. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget that I am on Patreon, and you can sign up over there for classes and all the different layers of everything here as far as the colors of paint, and all of that is going to be available over on Patreon. So thank you so much for following me. You have a good day.